you guys think it's overflowed?
No, we've not had enough.
Posers are wonderful. First, ladies and gentlemen, let me sincerely apologize for starting late. AIT is responsible. AIT took me to another program, and I tried to say no, but I couldn't. Yes, so please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to our humble office. The reason why we are gathered here today is to discuss some of the topical issues raging in the country. I wish that more attention is focused to the plight of ordinary Nigerians. You know, the suffering people of Nigeria. Nigerians are now having to pay more taxes. Nigerians are now having to pay more for streaming, for electricity. Electricity is now more expensive than house rent. Electricity is more expensive than house rent, but people are not showing concern. But I'm going to raise it in the issues at the ongoing in the Senate. So basically, we have become aware of the happenings in the Senate between Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. This issue has taken a lot of people have expressed their views about these issues. My public view on the issue is already known. But you see, one thing that I want to draw the attention, one of the reasons why I said let me air my view on this is that I saw a group did a statement. I think some group a few days ago to say that they are going to shut down Nigeria over the issue, that they want to do some blockades over the issue, and that the group tried to make it a north and a southern issue. And I felt I needed to air my view about that this is not a north versus south issue. This is an issue between two senators who have, none of them, either Akpabio or Natasha, none of them have, since the commencement of this Senate, none of them has shown that they are against the anti-people policy of the Tinubu regime. None of them. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu removed fuel subsidy, none of them opposed it. They supported it. When Bola Ahmed government increased electricity tariff by almost more than 300%, none of them opposed it. When they increased telecom tariff recently, none of them opposed it. When all the IMF World Bank loans, none of them opposed it. And why is it that even during the issue that Ali Ndume was raising, I think Ali Ndume was criticizing the APC government and his party, none of them also opposed it. When Ningi raised the issue of budget padding, one would have expected that the PDP senators, the Labour Party senators, the NNPP senators will have said something, will have stood in support of Ningi, but none of them did. So you have seen a situation where, yes, I know that this issue is very concerning to me personally and to many Nigerians, and that the idea of what the Senate has done and the way they have done it, especially as regards to the Ethics Committee, very shameful indeed, extremely shameful. But we must not get carried away by thinking that these people are fighting for us. They are not. They are fighting for themselves. Again, you can see that the Senate itself is behind the suspension of Natasha. The Senate supports Akpabio in suspending her, and they are united. And do you know why they are united in her suspension? The reason why they are united is because they have a common interest. You remember that they send mails to them. I don't want you to hear from me what the mails is all about. You remember now that they said they should check your mail. So there's always something in the mail. And that is why they were unanimous in suspension of Ningi, unanimous in suspension of Ndume, unanimous in suspension of Natasha now. I have spoken to many of the senators. And these are opposition senators, because I can never speak to ruling party senators. Many of the opposition senators are happy that Natasha was suspended. The reason that they gave was that she got a committee that she did not deserve, which is, the lucrative local content committee. And they are, again, maybe it's out of envy or competition, these things, it's about political survival. Now, why will she be given that committee, that local content committee? Why didn't they give it to a ranking member or a former governor. Do you understand? Former governor even told me, who is in the Senate, told me that, Haba, why will you go and give that kind of committee to the lady? And you now subsequently went to go and collect it back. And it is true. If you knew that you were not going to leave her in the committee, why did you give her the position? You understand? And that is why it looks like as if it is witch hunting. Do you understand? The issues she has raised, the committee ought to have sat, listened to both parties. Do you understand? The Senate President ought to have recused himself, sincerely recused himself from presiding over that matter. After all, it has happened in this country before, where Saraki, Saraki was accused of buying bulletproof vehicles. He recused himself and allowed the Deputy Senate President to preside over the plenary. And even though if they wanted to do the RNG, yes, if he had recused himself, they would still have gotten the same result. But it will look more tidy, which was what the then Saraki Senate did. But these people behave anyhow. And the truth of the matter is now that the matter is in court. And this is what I had advised Natasha. Natasha should go to court. After all, there was an order that was given. She should go to court and seek redress in court. For me, I believe that the matter is becoming more or less like a distraction. Because a lot of things are happening. They have just passed the tax reform bill in the House of Reps. And you see that nobody is talking about it. Everybody is focused on this matter. And I can assure you that it is deliberate. They are going to soon pass the tax reform bill in the Senate. And we will still be talking about Akpabio and Natasha. So I believe that, yes, the matter has been overflowed. I believe that parties should go to court and resolve their matters in court. And we should focus, Nigeria should focus on tax reform bill and see how we can galvanize and see how to stop the tax reform bill from being passed. It's more important than this Natasha issue. The posers that I have asked is, when all this anti-people policy of the Tinubu government was taking place, why didn't these senators that are now fighting over the allegation of sexual harassment, the allegation of, she's embarrassing the Senate, the culture of silence and everything, why didn't two of them, why didn't they oppose the anti-people policy? All the time that they've shared cars in the National Assembly, we did not hear fight. The time they've shared money and budgetary allocation, we did not hear fight. We are now hearing fight. Again, I also sincerely feel that Senator Natasha has made these allegations that the Senate President tried to sexually harass her. I also think that Senator Natasha should, as a matter of, since they have refused to give her fair hearing in the Senate, let her make public, credible evidence to back up the claim. It's very easy. The man has said it is a lie. I did not do anything to her. So if there are messages, maybe, please come over to so place, reveal them, expose the man. Do you understand? After all, he who alleges must prove. Why are you protecting the man? If it is true that, for instance, if somebody harasses me in this office, if the person harasses me and I try to get justice here and I'm not getting justice, let her bring forward the evidence so that we can help her. After all, the media we can help amplify the matter. You understand? So this is another issue that I think, another way that I think she can get justice in the matter, by amplifying the messages and other issues. After all, she said there are witnesses, although some of the witnesses have denied. They said that nothing of such happened. I think one of the witnesses were Izibamidele. He said the thing never happened. So, but if she has other witnesses and other things, let her bring it forward so that we can help her fight, the good fight. But sincerely speaking, I think we should focus on other issues. There is a boy in Adamawa that has been sentenced to death by hanging. It's more important than Akpabio and Natasha issue. It's more important. I can tell you for a fact that boy needs clemency. I was just on AIT this morning to talk about the boy. I went to AIC for an advocacy. I think the media needs to give the boy the coverage, similar coverage that this Akpabio and Natasha matter is gathering. I sincerely believe that in doing so, because, after this now, you'll be shocked. They will bring up another issue. It's like that. It's like 1 week, one distraction. So I feel that, we should focus on things that affect directly affect the people, and anti-Tinubu policies, anti-government policies, and there are a lot of them, and they are happening simultaneously in various places. You know, the effect of this tax reform bill on low-income, middle-class earners and the nation as a whole, you know, it's going to be highly felt by everybody. Yes, I know that people are extremely very emotional when issues like issues that Natasha has raised. I'm extremely concerned. I sincerely and critically want her to get justice, and I want her to get closure of some sort. But she has to bring more than she has currently offered. Since the Senate, I think they passed a vote of confidence on Akpabio. Was it not yesterday? They permanently shut the door on her. So let her come to the public. If there is evidence, bring it out. If not, it's going to be tagged as his word against her word against his word. So there's no way that somebody will do this thing alone, especially since she has said that she didn't go alone. There were people there. Do you understand? So it is time for her to come forward with the evidence, and let's see how we can collectively help her. So this is my initial take. I'll be waiting for the questions. Thank you.
Natasha and some other national issue at the front burner of national discourse.
The country is already overtaxed. Our GDP has reduced by half, although they said the GDP is improving. I don't know how a GDP that is about 500 and something billion, you know, gets reduced to about 200 and something. You say it's improving. The inflation figures, the purchasing power is low and low by the day. You cannot tax people to death, because this will be equivalent to almost taxing people to death. Businesses are folding up. Even international businesses are leaving the country. You know, taxes are not the way. You understand? In fact, in order to improve the economy, the right thing for the government, I know that they want to fund the expensive lifestyle of politicians. The right thing for the government to do is to give tax breaks, tax cut for business, since businesses are closing up. I don't know why you believe that an economy that is already failing or has failed, you believe that the only way to revive the economy is to increase more taxes. So in my view, I think that at this moment, it's like saying that, for instance, okay, now the thing I've been shouting about the Dangote refinery, why are they doing it now? And I said Dangote can actually sell fuel for 600 naira, and he will still be able to repay his debt. Now, he is now lowering his pump price because the importers have refused to stop importing. He felt that if he does the refinery, everybody will abandon import, and so that he can enjoy monopoly. So it's synonymous to same. So I believe that the only way to improve the economy is to give people tax breaks. Companies that are failing, companies that are dying deserve tax break, not more taxes.
I want to ask, are you not concerned?
The name of your
Okay, my name is Luminous Dynamic from Vanguard Newspaper. I want to know, are you not concerned that the entire National Assembly has brought the country to public ridicule, considering the fact that the day Natasha was suspended, there were a delegation from the from the UK Parliament led by MP Kate Osamo, when all this drama took place, where the Senate was more concerned about the technicalities of her petition than uncovering the truth, whether Akpabio was guilty or not. Doesn't that give you concern? That's number one. Then number two, I want to go to a different issue that has to do with President Tinubu's response to Pandef when they went to him to plead with him to further intervene and bring peace in Rivers. He told them that everybody should go and obey the Supreme Court's judgment. But we know that that actually seems as if like betrays his bias towards Wike. What do you have to say about this issue? Because up till now, despite the judgment, we've not had peace in Rivers.
Okay, in direct answer to the question asked, number one, I have said it. When they increased electricity tariff, Senator Natasha and Akpabio did not object. When they were sharing brand new SUVs in National Assembly, Senator Natasha and Akpabio, they did not object. When they increased telecom tariff, they did not object. When they removed fuel subsidy, And this country almost collapsed because every economic problem we are facing today as a result of the sudden removal of fuel subsidy when President Tinubu came in. Because goods now tripled, some quadrupled. You cannot all of a sudden now want me to be crying more than the bereaved. This is a dispute between Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha. I've already given my initial takes on this, and I sympathize with her. I want her to get justice and closure. However, I cannot be more concerned about their fight more than them. Do you understand? And you talk about them bringing the nation to public ridicule. At what time have they never brought the nation to public ridicule? At what time have this set of people never brought the nation to public ridicule? Is it from the commencement of this legislative session? Or is it today that they are bringing them? Oh, you changed my seat. Oh, no, I will not change your seat. Oh, have we not had the time when people were fighting in the Senate? I think the current first lady fought with Dino in the Senate. Do you understand? And other senators have fought in the Senate. And they are not fighting over Nigeria. They are fighting over their personal. Oh, this person, they say, oh, you sexually harassed me. And now I say, no, that's not the reason why she's crying. The reason why she's crying is because we removed her from local content. The other person, in further response to your question, the other person said, oh, no, that's the reason. Oh, no. Okay, why are the female senators in the National Assembly not supporting her? Why did Senator Ereti come out publicly to say what she did is wrong? And they are best of friends. Is it possible for Senator Natasha to be harassed sexually without Senator Ereti knowing? And they are best of friends. They are always together. Do you understand? It's just like saying that a female senator went to harass Akpabio and he did not tell anybody. There must have been things going on there. So it didn't just start now. These things have been going on. And even the issue, they said, oh, myself and my husband were escorted at Akpabio to go. He just built a new house. They didn't escort him to Akpabio to open a factory. He just built a new house. So he was taking us on a tour. These are personal issues. It's not about the development of the nation. Oh, it's not that, oh, I escorted him because I took him to my federal constituency because I did ABC. And this is not to say that Natasha has not worked for her people. Of course. She's one of the bright lights in Kogi. She has done a lot for her people. Do you understand? See, I'm not going to continue this their game of this. And that's why I've given you instances where I spoke to several comrades over this Senator Natasha and Akpabio issue. The majority of them say we will not get involved because this lady is not pro people. Since she got to the National Assembly, she has never for one day stood up to say, oh, the time you wanted to remove subsidy, what did she say? In fact, it was supposed to be a rally for her in National Assembly that what Hawa was organizing. We got there, very few people. It was the pro-Akpabio people that was all over the place. They were all over the place. And I started talking to people, and people said the reason is because they do not resonate with her, because she has not. If she had defended the Nigerian people when they removed her subsidy, when they did the tariff hikes, when they all the loans, see, every loan that they want to take, Labour Party, NMPP, PDP, they all support. What kind of opposition is that? There's no opposition in the Senate. There's no anti-people policy in the Senate that they have taken since this government came in that any of them oppose or objected. They always agree. They always agree. Maybe somebody like, in fact, even Adams Oshomole, that's a member of APC, opposes the anti-people policy more than the opposition people. Adams Oshomole, that is APC senator. So, in further answer to your question, it's not about national interest, about self-preservation. But the ruling elite, it's always about self. That is why today you can see Erufai. I'll stop it for another day. Erufai that was jailing people in Kaduna. That was jailing people in Kaduna. Do you want me to list the people that El-Rufai jailed? El-Rufai is a comrade now. He's back again to comradeship.
Yes, of course.
And it's all about politics.
Council, sir.
So the rivers.
On the rivers, we leave it for Monday.
Okay.
And this
Council, my name is Stanley Wons, Radio Nigeria.
Yes, you're my good friend.
Yes, sir. Recently, if you recall, the same Natasha, that's the issue we are handling now, took this matter to Geneva, the parliamentary union in Geneva. Don't you think she went so far? That is one.
Okay.
Two, sir, in the event, you have clearly stated it that if she feels what she's claiming is true, that she should provide a substantial
More
evidence. In the event that at the end of the day, these things we are not seeing, what do you think will be the fate of the Senate?
Let me start from the last question. Nigerians are masters of moving on. You see, listen. They remove first subsidy. You know, we have been saying that if nothing can, any government that tried to remove first subsidy, the country will. Buhari was so scared of removing first subsidy, he didn't dare it for 8 years. They will be contemplating the idea, they'll be doing this. Eventually, they will not do it. Tinubu came. Day one, he removed first subsidy. None of these senators objected. Nigerians, I was like, Nigerians cannot buy fuel for 1,000 now. It's not even me. I was saying it. I was like, should we come out? I said, no. I spoke to my election. He said, no, let's do what? Everybody will come out. We're deliberating. Okay. First week passed, people are buying. Second week passed, people are buying. Third week, people are still buying the fuel. People have moved on. What do you think will happen? Nothing will happen. Is it not Nigeria again?
That's insane.
People have moved on. I said, protest was called for her. People did not come out. You are telling me, say, what will happen? Now, coming to the first issue, whether she took the matter too far by going to Geneva with the matter. Sincerely speaking, I think since the matter is already in court, left to me, she's a lawyer. I believe every other steps should be paused. And this is what I told her after I made my remarks and I supported her and I made my mind. I said, listen, go to court, go and challenge the decision. That is what lawyers do. Once the matter is already before the court, is there any other steps you are taking in sub judice?
I didn't catch that.
Do you understand?
Could you try again?
So the truth of the matter is that I believe that because, and I've spoken to the two female senators, their issue with her is that they spoke with her and they told her, they said, this is not the way to go about it. And that's why she's not getting any support in the Senate. They told her that do this. I don't want to mention them because they are her friends. They have very close friends. And they told her that she should do ABC. Left to me, I believe that I sincerely felt that she didn't have to raise this issue now. She should have raised it after the seat episode. See, if I was in her shoe and the man changed my seat, and I'm sure that he did it out of malice, I will keep quiet. I will allow the issue to pass. Because what many people would think, critical thinkers say, why are you raising it now that he has? First, he removed you from the committee, then he changed your seat. So it will be established that majority of the things that, because the first thing you look at is malice. That, you are raising this issue now. Yes, let's assume without considering that the thing happened. I'm not saying it so that like Akpabio will not come and say he wants to issue me a letter to sue me. I'm not saying that it happened. But assuming, but not considering that the thing fully happened. And that's why I had, in my public statement, I said, assuming that the matter is, the allegations is even frivolous, at least entertain it and treat it. Do you understand? So, assuming or not considering that the thing happened, but the timing, you raised it at the time when you were on the receiving end. I would laugh because the people's seats get changed, although they didn't follow the process in changing her seat. The rule says you must notify her. Do you understand? Notify her a day before sitting that, your seat is going to be changed. Do you understand? And when the presiding officer has the right to change your seat at any time. You understand? And unfortunately, it's their rules. They are the ones that made it. And they have a lot of bad rules in that Senate, their Senate book. Very bad rules, you know. And the truth of the matter is that these guys are generally bad people. With no exception. You understand? And that is why you can see that majority of the policies they make for the country is bad. And you see, I try to be very neutral. I'm not supporting A, I'm not supporting B, because of course I have my biases, and it's towards Natasha. I have my biases, but the truth of the matter is that the distraction over this matter, is too much. I think we need to focus on more important and serious issues.
Yeah, the last two questions. Because we have time.
Yes, Daniels.
Ajayi and Channels.
I'm not commenting on it. Because if I comment on it, I'm giving you strategy.
Okay. Please, I want us to speak to this economic issue. Since 2023, World Bank said Nigeria saves 11 trillion annually from removal of subsidy.
Saved.
And if you look at it, every governor in every state have received times 3 of their allocation, same as local government. And if you look at the economy as a whole, there's high inflation. When they were unable to bring down the inflation, they went to go and do the base, and they said the inflation came down from 34 to 20 something. Do you think the handlers of the economy are competent, or they're just doing what they like?
I've said it. My public statement is there that the people running this economy is Baba Sokpe economists. I've said it before now. You understand? It's publicly known. My position that they are not handling the economy. They don't even know any. They don't even have any idea. It's just because they were former commissioner in Lagos. And in Lagos, all they do in Lagos is Baba Sokpe. You know the meaning of Baba Sokpe? Baba has said, let's go and do this. This is not. There is no economic sense that will tell you that your economy, you've lost half of your GDP, you are battling inflation, and you now believe that the best way of improving your economy is to remove the cushion, the thing holding your economy, because subsidy is the stability holding the economy. You say, oh, remove it and give it to thieves in the states. Okay, which state that they have given more money now has done more work than before? Name one state where the money they said you are saving money, you are giving it to a thief. For instance, you are doing contributory ajo. After we do the contributory ajo, we now say, let's give it to the most dishonest person in the society. Who are the governors? How are you doing you are doing disservice to the nation by taking our collective wealth. Immediately you give it to them, they change it to dollar at the end of the month. All of them have to read the change. And EFCC knows. This thing I'm saying, you can go and verify it. So, what economic sense does it make for you to save money and give to thieves? That's the only thing that's called sense of Kagawa. Doesn't make any sense.
Thank you very much.
No, my sister was raising her hand. She must ask.
He has asked the question. I wanted to ask about the IPOB.
Okay, yes, please.
Regarding the issue of this guy in Adamawa State,
Yes.
that killed a header, in self-defense in his own farm, and at the end of the day was sentenced to life imprisonment or death by hanging. You said you appeared in AIT this morning concerning that issue. How do you intend to go about getting the desired?
I will take the answer on Monday during Rivers. Do you know why? I've not read the judgment. I've been trying to lay my hand on the judgment.
Okay.
You see, my take, just small take, is that if court of first instance was wrong, court of second instance cannot be wrong. That's the court of appeal where panel of 3 sits. Then the Supreme Court where panel of 5. Even if I will study the judgment again. Self-defense. I've said it in my interview. But I will shed more. Let's pray that by Monday, if I'm able to get a judgment, there are exceptional circumstances where self-defense may not avail. So maybe this case falls within those exceptional circumstances. But please, just like I've said in my opener, this is one of the most topical issues that the media should focus on. Let the emphasis not be on why did they jail him? The Constitution under Section 175 has given the president powers to grant clemency to the man. The Constitution under Section 212 of the Constitution has given powers to the state government Adama to grant him clemency. You understand? So the advocacy should be centered more around plea for clemency for him. But we'll study the judgment once we receive it. We have a solid department in this office that can review the judgment within 12 hours. We'll review the judgment once we lay a hold on it. And on Monday, during my take on the Rivers issue, we will take them together collectively.
Thank you very much for coming to the
I hope everybody is happy with